So Robbie, for the white belts, let me ask you this: like, what is the very first thing that you think a new white belt should focus on for their first, say, 4 to 6 months of training? What should their goal be?
I think when you're a white belt and you're rolling, when you're a beginner, straight beginner, you're the lowest skill level in the class.
Right.
The first thing you have to do is be comfortable defending from those bad positions, because you're going to be there a lot. Once you're absolutely comfortable defending bottom side, defending the back, defending mount, and you're not necessarily getting submitted like a billion times every roll, you're going to be able to be so comfortable with that you can then start becoming offensive, because you're safe. Like, for example, I play this guard. I understand that, you know, if somebody does get to side, I know exactly what to do. My body just does it. So I'm not scared of that, so to speak. It's not something I'm going to desperately try to stop. I also understand that if I put my feet on his hips, you know, that he can't pass my guard with this. So if me and Sonny are rolling and my intention is to not let him pass, that's easy.
Right.
I don't have to attack you. I can just defend the guard and be comfortable. If I'm comfortable with the defense, the offense will come in between those areas.
Yeah.
So I think the white belt first thing you have to do is be very comfortable in bad positions and relaxed in those positions. If you are not relaxed in those positions, you're just going to burn out and you'll never learn. Being not relaxed makes it so your brain is in an emotional state, which is very hard to operate mechanically when you're there. So what we want to make sure of is that when you're a newer student, is that you're not concerned about winning and losing. That's the biggest hurdle for the new student. And don't be concerned about getting things done now. I need to escape now. I need to get the submission now. No, you don't. You need to enjoy the journey. You need to be present in every moment of the roll. Don't freak out. If you can achieve that where you're present, even if you're not as skilled as the other guy, a successful roll will be you maybe getting some defenses, getting tapped a few times, but fresh for the next roll. And that's important, more important than winning. Winning is never, it shouldn't even be on our mind. It should just be being present, enjoying the journey, being in those bad spots, being comfortable, being happy there. Once you achieve that, you'll start to develop a much better offense. The problem is, you always, white belt comes in, I'll teach him a triangle, armbar, omoplata, and then he'll go roll and then just be on bottom side.
I think it's
so what's the point necessarily? We really need to focus on making sure we're safe in those bad spots.
I think it's important for new white belts to understand the positional hierarchy and to know how to be in bad positions. For every bad position that exists, know how to be in it, know how to play it a certain way so that you can at least get through those initial, attacks.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That's excellent advice.
Another thing I see, and this was my biggest problem when I was coming up. Some people are flexible,
Some people are big and strong.
Some people are big and strong, whatever, but specifically flexible guys. This is just in case you're flexible and you want to know how to deal with that. I used to play nothing but my open guard because I'm so flexible, no one was able to pass it.
Yeah, I remember you used to take your foot and stick it back in over your chest.
Right, by my chest, yeah, because I can just do that. But it was to my detriment. I used to be like a white belt, and dudes like brown belts, I would have a hard time passing my guard, and they would freaking get angry. And then eventually they would pass because I was just being flexible. I was using that attribute as the main focus of my guard. And then once they passed, I'd just get submitted immediately because I never was there.
Right.
Because no one was able to pass my guard. So I had to kind of put my flexibility to the side a little bit and allow the pass or take real risks from the guard not caring whether I get passed or not.
Right.
I used to be very much, no, you can't pass me, you can't pass me, try to pass me, you can't pass me, you know? So if you're a flexible guy like that, that's good, it comes into play. Now as a black belt, that comes into play a lot. I pull it out of my back pocket if I need to, and just in general, I'm able to put my legs in positions easier. But it's not my main weapon.
Right.
Just like strength isn't my main weapon. Athleticism it shouldn't be your main weapon.
Right.
These techniques should be here. Like if you had a graph, your technique here, your strength's here. It's there.
Yeah.
You know, your strength's here, your flexibility's here, and your athleticism here. Wherever it lands on that chart, but your technique has to be what it's built on. If it's built on the technique, wow, that's amazing. You could instill all these attributes into your technique, and that's a beautiful thing. But again, for the newer white belt, just calm down, enjoy every moment, be in every moment. Another thing that used to help me a lot when I was a white belt is I would roll with the higher belts a lot, and I had the ability to stay relaxed, and I would just get submitted. They were like I said, hard time passing me, but I was able to stay relaxed. I never necessarily cared about winning, but I was able to mimic a lot as a white belt. There was a lot less technique taught back then. There was only one guy.
Everything is different now.
Yeah, everything's now, you're getting a ton of content, but shoot, I forget my train of thought now.
Yeah, me too.
Back then I was, mimicking. So I would roll with I would roll and be relaxed enough to study what this guy did to me. You know, and even if I asked the question and he didn't want to tell me what he did, I was able to I just would try it. Whatever, even if I didn't learn it in class, I felt it in the roll and I would just go attempt those things, and if you attempt them relaxed, you'll be able to see where the flaws are and see where you messed up. And it's sort of like tenseness causes you to see everything like this. If somebody was attacking me right now and I was like this,
All right.
I just can't see what's coming. And that's the same thing when you're in that tense emotional state where you want to get the submission now. Meanwhile, you're in bottom mount getting crushed. You're not going to get the submission right now. So, and then that kind of dives into the steps. You know, we teach all these moves in steps, and you have to do step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can't do step 1 and then just skip to 5. And this is a big problem with white belts. You know, they're wanting to get it done now, but don't get that step done now.
Right.
Don't worry. It's funny because at first, it's like you don't want to think ahead, but then you have to. So at first, it's like, let me just think about step 1. When I accomplish that, I'll think about step 2.
Right.
Right, of the move, and you kind of have to do that, especially in the beginning. Over time, I don't have to think about any steps. My body just does it, and it becomes the chess game. It becomes, can I get sunny, or can I get my opponent running from me, or off balance? Because if your opponent is running or off balance, they are not submitting or attacking you. I always want to create that scenario with my opponent, and then they wonder why can't I get any offense on you? Because I'm just not giving you the opportunity. I go first, right, and I get you off balance, now I attack. It's when I attack, so I can still catch really good guys in basic moves. But when you're like, whoa, you're gonna get caught in an armbar.
All right.
So that's important to understand.
Cool. That's sage advice for the newbies.